Today, we're going over the best quarterbacks in Madden 25 Ultimate Team right now. So let's get into the video. Realistically, we're going to put this more into tiers than the actual in order, but we will rank the top 5. And the first quarterbacks I want to talk about are the quarterbacks that are kind of, in the lowest tier, but they are pretty good. I mean, this Tim Tebow card, I know it's looking at a 79 overall, but when you actually get him up to an 85 overall, he's a very good card. He's a lefty, which I personally don't prefer, but he has pretty decent speed. His throw accuracies are definitely questionable. As you guys can see up here, his throw accuracy, I'm pretty sure his deep accuracy doesn't even get up to over 80 yet. That's 80, 79. So basically you don't really want that. His throw accuracy mid is also 76. So he's kind of like one of the best like free cards right now. But I assume that most of you guys, if you are using him, it probably means you don't have too many coins, so I will actually recommend some other quarterbacks though. Next up of the free quarterbacks is this Kirk Cousins. I mean, here's the thing about Kirk. He does have pretty good stats when you max him out. I mean, 89 overall, he's going to be pretty decent. 85 throw accuracy, decent mid, decent short, and, decent deep. Everything gets the 85 threshold, which if you guys did not know, there's kind of thresholds for throwing. It's like 80, 85, like that, onwards and upwards. And I mean, this card's going to be pretty decent. I just think that in this game, having a fast quarterback in the current meta is very ideal. I don't think you really use a 72 speed quarterback when everyone's just double A gapping you and just running right through your offensive line. You have to be able to roll out. Like, you need to be able to roll out. And I just don't think Kirk Cousins is going to be able to do the job with his 72 speed maxed out. And that's assuming you can max him out. Right now, I'm pretty sure you can pretty much only get him to about an 87 overall, which definitely is not going to be fast enough. And even his accuracies are not good enough yet. And next up is the better of the two field pass cards. I also do think this card is better than Tebow too, because he actually has very good accuracies. Accuracies are almost on par with Kirk's, and he's obviously way faster. So if I were you guys and you guys want to use a free quarterback, maybe use Tim Tebow for a little bit, and then once you can actually get the upgrade tokens for Penix, definitely try to upgrade this guy. I mean, 84 speed at his 89 overall is very nice. Good acceleration at 87. I mean, he gets the good enough accuracies too. His mid accuracy is 88. His deep accuracy and short accuracy are also going to be good enough. So I would definitely say try to, upgrade this card as much as you can. And specifically, you could probably get into about an 87 overall right now. And it's still pretty good at 86 throw power, 85 acceleration. His throw deep is 85, which, you kind of want to hit those thresholds. And he does. So I do think this card is probably the best free quarterback in the game right now currently that you can currently get. Obviously, there are some other quarterbacks that were free that you could maybe get, but if you guys don't have any of those other guys, this is definitely the card you definitely want to get. Going along with the free quarterbacks, I just want to show you guys quickly Jaden Daniels. I do think he's very good. He's going to be my number 5 quarterback right now. And obviously, you guys can get this rookie premiere if you only did rookie premieres last year. So I know a lot of you guys probably don't have this card. That's why I don't really want to put it in the top 5, even though in my opinion he's probably the 5th best quarterback right now. I mean, good speed. His accuracies aren't great, which is definitely his downfall. His throw power also isn't amazing. I'm actually currently using this card, but if you do have the team chemistry, it's actually pretty cool because you can get him to 85 speed and get him on any theme team. Right now, 6'4" is also pretty good, but in my opinion, he's good, but not great. Next up, I'm going to go with the super budget beast. If you don't even can get the free quarterbacks, if you just started the game and you need to play some solo challenges, pick up this Anthony Richardson. I mean, for realistically offline play, he's okay enough. I mean, 79 speed's actually pretty fast for a very cheap quarterback, but as you guys can see, his accuracies are not good at all. So, I mean, realistically, you're not going to want to get this guy. This is you just got onto the game, you have a few thousand coins, you need to buy a quarterback. This is the guy that you would maybe want to get, but realistically, you should be able to get Michael Penix very quickly. So I wouldn't worry too much about this. This is just the absolute lowest of the low budget beast quarterback. Another guy that is kind of like that is this Aaron Rodgers, but like I said, I mean, especially for solo challenge stuff, you'd rather just have a faster quarterback. Rodgers does have one of the best releases in the game though. So, I mean, like I said, I'm not going to talk about this for too long. This is the lowest of the low. You just got into the game. Maybe you just want to, pick up a quarterback for solo challenges because you don't like, the 79 overall CJ Stroud or whatever else. These are the guys that you'd maybe want to buy. Again, moving along, Joe Burrow actually is one of the best core set elite cards that you can actually get. 82 overall, he's 30,000 coins. Again, this is a very cheap card that if you guys kind of just want someone, you didn't upgrade your Michael Penix or you wanted to choose someone else, maybe you wanted to choose a receiver or something or a corner, then this is a guy that you could use. I wouldn't really recommend going in with online because if you play against anyone that runs the double A gap, he's just not going to be fast enough to roll out. 69 speed, but he actually does get really good animations. Like his hot routes are really good, and his accuracy is not bad. You can actually get that deep accuracy up to 80 probably with the strategy item. Next up is this Lamar Jackson. He's still actually pretty expensive at around 80,000 coins, but this was like my favorite quarterback day one. I mean, 81 speed, good accuracies across the board. You can actually get his deep accuracy up to 80, which does definitely make a big difference. But recently these days, you kind of want that 85 accuracy. For 80,000 coins, I don't really recommend this guy because it is kind of expensive. But I do know some people don't really like his hot route animations. So it's kind of up to you. This is still kind of in the tier of like, I wouldn't really use him. I think like for most of these cards that are under like 200, 300K, they're not going to be that much of an upgrade over a guy like Michael Penix or Tim Tebow or whoever you're using for free, that it's not really worth buying any of these guys. For the sake of the video, I want to put all these players in because I am trying to, like, you know, give you a little bit of information on all the quarterbacks. Let me just say here, do not get this guy. He's too slow. His accuracies are actually not bad, but if you guys know anything about this card, his hot route animations are absolutely horrible. So if you try to do any hot routes, you do not want to get this guy. 67 speed too. It's just not going to be good enough in today's game. So these next two cards are actually pretty decent cards, especially at the time they came out. They were actually very good. This Josh Allen card, in my opinion, was probably one of the best quarterbacks in the game when he originally came out with the Season of Boom, like week 1, week 2. Throw power is kind of what you felt with this card, and 80 speed. He did feel pretty fast. Also, when he was in his prime, when the card first came out, there was the Season of Boom chemistry that you can actually get, and it was crazy. It would give you like crazy carrying, upgraded, obviously like hit stick, trucking, all that stuff. So he was actually pretty good, and he wouldn't really fumble that much, especially compared to like some of the other quarterbacks. Like now, when I run with quarterbacks, when I run with Jaden Daniels, he fumbles like every time. But I mean, at this point, it's kind of expected. And now the major difference between Josh Allen and Baker Mayfield, I would say they're actually pretty similar in like, if you want a little bit more running, you go with Josh. And if you guys want a little bit more passing, you go with Baker. His passing accuracies are definitely a little bit better. His throw power, a little bit worse, but that doesn't really matter too much. His speed is definitely a little bit worse, but he can still move a little bit. I just think that this guy is probably more of like the, you know, passing guy. I think his hot routes are better too, the animations, which is for some reason a big thing this year, because you definitely have to do a lot of hot routes. You know, with the current meta of, you know, having to shift your line and, you know, do a bunch of routes to get guys open to pay on what defense they're in. I also do want to just throw this in here. This Andy Dalton is technically free from MUT Champs at 16 wins. He's 100,000 coins technically, so he's kind of in like the same budget as some of these other guys. My opinion, I would just take Hunter Henry, but you could take this guy if you want to. I just don't think he's going to be good enough. You're probably better off quick selling him and buying another quarterback. And then we have Tom Brady. This card is just basically complete waste of coins. Even when he did come out, I don't think his release is that great. 70 speed is just way too slow, especially right now. When he first came out, it still felt too slow compared to Josh Allen's like 80 speed and pretty good acceleration. It is unfortunate because I'm a huge Brady fan. I wish his card was good. Unfortunately, he really is not great. I mean, he was one of the first quarterbacks with good accuracies, but that's pretty much it. He's just not fast enough to move out of the pocket, and his animations just are not great, making this card pretty much useless. If he had one of those things good, if he had very good animations and accuracies, and, you know, he wasn't as fast, he would still be usable. But because he doesn't have good animations and he's not fast, definitely don't pick up this guy, especially because he's 400,000 coins. We haven't gotten Reduxes yet, but I assume we'll maybe get them soon. So when that does happen, if he's around like 70,000 to like 150,000, I mean, you could definitely pick him up if you want to, if you're a big Brady fan. But definitely at this price, do not recommend a 400,000. At this point, we're kind of just in like the very top tier of the quarterback cards. In my opinion, this could go any way. It kind of depends on your personal preferences on, you know, what do you like? CJ Stroud, you can get to all of his accuracies at 85 plus, which is making him very good. 80 speed is definitely fast enough. It's not the top tier of speed, but as a ready quarterback, pretty good stats. He actually does get some abilities that I will actually go over. So these X factors, like he can get hot route master. A lot of these are definitely hard to actually get in game, but I mean, fearless, hot route master, those are some decent abilities right now. They are very hard to unlock though, like I said, but those are pretty much the two ones that I would probably use. Hot route master is probably insane in this game because you actually get zig routes and some other things. But CJ Stroud is pretty much coming at the number 4 spot. Like I said, any of these quarterbacks can go either way in my personal opinion. See, if Michael Vick was right-handed, I would say he's probably the best quarterback in the game. At 87 speed, he's going to be way faster than anyone else at quarterback. And it's just like, how do you not love Michael Vick? He's always an absolute beast. Good throw power, pretty good accuracies. I mean, deep and short, which are probably the two most important. Mid accuracy is probably the least important, at least for how I play. I'll either like check the ball down and try to throw it deep. Dashing Deadeye is a pretty cool ability. Most of these, like I said, are X factors, so they're kind of hard to unlock, but when you use them for 1 AP, they're definitely a little bit easier than some of the other ones. Like, I wouldn't recommend putting on any of these ones that are 0 down here. You know, you're better off trying to just see if you can unlock Dashing Deadeye. QB Playmaker is a good one, and you know, any of these are pretty decent. But Michael Vick, it is unfortunate that he is a lefty, and for some reason EA just hasn't fixed lefties in like 3 years. So I was hoping that they would fix lefties this year, and I could actually use guys like Vick and, you know, be really hyped about Tebow and all those. But unfortunately, righties are just superior in this game, whether you like it or not. Now, the last two guys for me are kind of just a complete toss-up. Trevor Lawrence, 83 speed, 87 throw power, 86 short accuracy, 86 mid accuracy, and 83 deep is, in my opinion, pretty good. You know, he has very good stats compared to a lot of the other guys. You do wish he was maybe 84 deep accuracy, so you could get up to 85. His ability does get gift wrapped, which is actually pretty good. And he doesn't get really any X factors, but gift wrapped is probably the best ability for any quarterback. And currently he does have the team of the week theme team boost. So you could actually get him to +2 speed, which is kind of insane. Realistically though, by the time you're watching this video, we already saw NFL week 1 this Sunday. So the team of the week preseason theme team is going to be gone pretty much in like a day or two. So I wouldn't really recommend buying that card for that purpose, but otherwise he's still a very good card. And coming in at the #1 spot is this JJ McCarthy. It'll probably be his best card all year since, you know, he did get injured. 84 speed, 87 throw power, 87 short accuracy, 86 mid, 84 deep. Now, the reason I kind of have JJ McCarthy over Trevor Lawrence is because the 85 deep accuracy, you can get it with the strategy items. 84 speed is also 1 speed faster, and the rest of his accuracies and throw power are pretty similar. If you also look, some of the other underlying passing stats are actually a little bit better too. I do think this card's very good, and I think he's the quarterback 1. But what I will say is he worth the 800,000 coins? Probably not. I think you're better off just going with, you know, the free cards like Penix, who are actually pretty good, even though he is a lefty. If you have Jaden Daniels, obviously just keep using that card. And if you guys kind of want more of a budget card, probably go with Trevor or CJ Stroud. I know if you guys are playing the game time event, CJ Stroud is probably a good one to do at 364,000 coins, which is kind of a lot. But I do think that, you know, there's going to be a quarterback very soon that comes out that's just going to be absolutely superior. If there's a quarterback with Vick's type of stats and he's right-handed, it'll be way better. And if you guys did not know, I failed to mention this. The reason why left-handed quarterbacks aren't good is because you can't roll out to the right. So when someone pressures you from the left side, if you try running to the right, you have like a super slow start. So it's just not really that great in this game. But yeah, those are my quarterbacks kind of in the tiers, kind of in the order of where they go. Like I said, I don't think, you know, these quarterbacks are going to make that much of a difference. I think eventually there will be a quarterback that's just miles ahead of everyone, because right now most of these guys, they have decent throwing stats, nothing too crazy, decent throw power, and, you know, they're decent speed. Once we get a combination of very good speed or abilities, once we get someone with crazy abilities, probably around like the 90 overall range, that is when we're going to see a major boost in the position. Let me know who you guys are using at quarterback. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.